Question is there a difference between Nama and Mantra? Obviously there is. And what is the major difference and why is Mahamantra called Mahamantra even though it is a Nama? Okay. First, mantra is typically of Vedic origin, and mantra is something which has been discovered or rather downloaded, if we can use a contemporary term, by a seer, a rishi. And a mantra would have a proper grammar in it. And a mantra would have a proper deity which it extols or which it talks about. So you have a rishi who found it, then you have a proper grammar to it, a pronunciation, a sort of a structure to it, chandas to it. And then there is a devata, which is the subject of the mantra. So generally, mantras need to be chanted only after initiation from a guru, obviously. And mantras have a lot of conditions, right from the direction in which I sit and chant the mantra, right from the posture I am sitting and doing. And I am not supposed to multitask when I do mantras, etc. Conditions, including an avahana, which is allowing the mantra to enter our being while we do japa, and then we do upasthana, we take the mantra off so that we can do other stuff, you see. And mantra would also have a rishi's name. We need to be very grateful to the rishi, and there is also a proper pronunciation of the mantra. Mantra is typically like a very strict teacher. So you do the assignment right, you get the right grades. If you do the assignment wrong, you may even be punished because mantras are tools, you see. So we need to be very careful when we chant the mantra. But the nama, which we call as the divine names, are like a very compassionate mother. In nama, it has no such conditions. Mantras are aspiring to can I use the word, attract and allure divinity. Okay. So when I do the mantra, I'm trying to capture the attention of divinity. But Nama is a sign of my surrender to divinity. I'm just saying when I'm chanting the divine name that I'm like a child and I completely rely on your grace to take care of me. That's the basic tatparya, that is the basic presupposition when I actually do my Nama Sankirtana. Tapas is done with mantras. Surrender is done with Nama. When I do penance, I'm trying to control my mind. I'm trying to capture this deity with my absolute focus of mind, etc. All that is the mantras side. Okay. In Nama, there is no such things. When I chant the Nama, that itself shows that I'm surrendering to you. I am surrendering my vak, my speech to you. And so it is, Nama is an appeal to Bhagavan's costless mercy and grace. Mantra is me trying to capture Bhagavan by the dint of my efforts. So you do it right, Bhagavan is very fair, he is very just. He would give the results for that. If we do it wrong, we have to face the consequence. When it comes to Vedic mantras, our tradition, at least the tradition I come from, clearly says that if you can't pronounce properly, be very careful with it. Don't do it. There are proper ways to do it. And if you don't do it properly, it can have adverse effects also. In Bhagavatam, the story of Vritasura, where Indra's enemy was to actually be created by his father, called Tvashta. But then when he didn't pronounce it properly, the one whose enemy is Indra was created. The difference is, instead of him trying to vanquish Indra, Indra ended up vanquishing him because of a mispronunciation of one syllable, not even a word. It is a swara. The intonation was not right. So that's how critical mantras are. But for the divine name, there is no problem at all. Our Swamiji used to say, Ram is a mantra, Rama is Nama. And Mahamantra is an exception because it is a Vedic mantra which has been completely devoid of all conditions and other requirements. And since a Vedic mantra as an exception was totally given as a nama for everybody to chant, it has a very unique place of ruling over all mantras and also ruling over all namas. That's why it's called Mahamantra. And so Mahamantra, because it is from Vedas, it is from Kalisantarana Upanishad, yet it is a nama because in the same Upanishad, our Brahma tells Narada that this name of Narayana demands no restrictions or demands no rules and regulations. And hence it has a very unique place in both mantras and nama. There are many ways to get divine grace. Okay, we can even use the mantra. There is even Krishna Yantra. There is even a Radha Krishna Yantra. You see, but for us who come in a Bhagavata family, Radha Krishna Nala, it is a prema. It is a path of prema and love, but it need not be. There is a Santana Gopala mantra. There is a Santana Gopala yantra. And when we chant it or when we do the puja of the yantra properly, there is Santana Gopala Homa. If we do it properly, we may be blessed with a child by the grace of Krishna. No, Krishna is merely being fair and just. You have done a Homa properly, depending on the papa you have, and depending on the power of the Homa you did, the Shraddha in the Homa you did. If the papa is less and your Homa is powerful more than the papa, chalo, you'll get a child. But then when we chant Mahamantra for the same Krishna and pray for a child in the family or whatever the prayer is, out of the kripa of Bhagavan independently blesses us with the results because of the love, because of the surrender, because of the devotion. So, Nama means devotion, Nama means surrender, Mantra means penance, Mantra means rules and regulations, and Mantra means sadhana. And Nama is also a sadhana, but then this sadhana is for something grander, which is love towards the Lord, bhakti, jnanam, vairagyam, etc. But when we do mantra, if we do it properly, we get the results, we get the fruits. If we do it improperly, not only will the fruits be denied, we may even get some adverse impact of not pronouncing it properly. So that's the difference. And so Mahamantra stands uniquely in the center of both mantra and nama because it has no rules and regulations or conditions.